folks, it's time for our championship bout with ungodly concoction.
Ooh.
Present it to the. Hold it over your head like you just won that shit. Rivers.
That's the greatest fanny pack I've ever seen.
Yeah, my friend Ashley got this for me, and this is.
I'm glad it's becoming a weekly thing. I would have been disappointed if it was just the once.
Oh
yeah.
Well, so this one
it's too nice of a thing to.
This is more of a tag team championship, folks, because we've got two beverages of different flavors from the same origin.
Oh no,
he's got ice in the pack.
Oh, I've got ice.
We need to get you some cold packs.
It's a beer.
We got a digital camo.
Yeah, that's right.
Digital camo can, which is always
QT.
good.
Oh,
QuikTrip energy.
Oh, QuikTrip.
Yeah, and the flavor is blue.
And I'm holding the can of original.
Yes, that's right. So,
I feel like Neo in the Matrix right now. Like,
Right?
Yeah.
am I going to take Sam or Carter's can?
Original is red.
yeah, if you drink that one, you'll start hating women.
Yeah.
If I drink the other one, I hate everything else.
If you drink this one, you'll have Trump on your podcast.
Yeah.
Let's not act like we wouldn't do that.
Have Trump on the podcast?
You wouldn't want.
I have standards.
Absolutely.
In this hypothetical scenario.
Wow.
You could, if anything, you could get him here and then tell him to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what's that?
why not?
That's the thing. You don't have him on to kiss his ass.
Yeah, no.
You
Some
have
of
him
those
on-
guys did.
I know. Well, we're not them. When
Yeah.
when
right.
Trump comes to
Our
this,
main competition.
when Trump comes to Rivers' bedroom, things will be
Us v.
different.
Joe Rogan.
It's hard to be like, no, I wouldn't have a conversation with a multiple times sitting president.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, as much as you hate the guy, you really want to be like, damn. He's a historically important person.
And I have very specific questions.
No, what you do is get him here, and
Such
then
as show me the
only-
P-tape. Where the P-tape at?
You get him in here, and then you only talk to him about his wrestling career.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't
would probably
recognize
love
him
that.
from anything else outside of his WWF performances.
He would love that,
It's
dude.
very hard. Insane Clown Posse. Good guy.
The UFC threw together a podcast once with Matt Serra and Jim Norton, and they just sat down with Donald Trump and just let him ramble about fights and fighting for like an hour straight. And it's pretty hilarious because both Matt Serra and Jim Norton are like overwhelmed by this weird situation where they're talking to Donald Trump, and he's just like, you know what? They called him Lights Out Tony. He wasn't the one that was giving the lights out. He slept so beautifully. He slept so beautifully.
Here's something Trump is never going to say. Is like, I feel like we've gotten off track. We need to get back on the issues. Like, he's never going to say that.
No.
I picked these up in Phoenix last summer, so let's see what happens. Oh, we're doing the original first, folks.
Okay, let's get a look at that color.
You know, QuikTrip is what turned me on to cylindrical shaped foods.
Oh, no, it's a Red Bull.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what original always means, basically.
That's
PC
Sometimes now, because people are getting to on my wavelength and thinking that's a terrible flavor, sometimes now it's like a grapefruit thing, like the prime original, quote unquote. It's like a grapefruit situation.
That's the color of the amber
I didn't know
that the
they had
Jurassic
an
Park
original.
mosquito was found in.
Absolutely.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Dino DNA.
Yeah, yeah.
Smells like a little bit like Rockstar and a little bit like BO.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong there? There is a BO.
That is sort of the quaff of the average QT.
Just the suggestion of schmegma. Like, just
No, it's cheesy. You can taste the cheese.
dude, there's a little bit of
It's fine. It actually tastes better than Red Bull or Rockstar.
I almost spit that out, and then I had to taste it. It was like a punishment,
Yeah.
for an almost spit take.
You should
like
have
a-
spit it.
I should have spit it
A
out.
tingle to it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. There's a
It's got like
little
a pop rock sort of
I would drink
sensation.
this over Rockstar or Red Bull.
If I had the comically huge like clothespin to close my nose while I'm doing this, because you can't unsmell schmegma.
Again, yeah. One of those ones that would be better inside the can, so you didn't have to smell it every
Aerate-
fucking sip.
Aerating this is not a good idea.
No. I'm gonna have to just chug it because we gotta.
It's not like a
add.
bouquet.
No, that
simmer.
doesn't taste
I would
that bad.
savor this if we had time.
Ugh.
Yeah. No, it's
It's
terrible.
a very tightly scheduled podcast.
Yeah. Oh, all right, here we go for the blue. Oh, it's actually blue. I'm so
okay.
fucking excited now. Thank God. It's actually blue. we might get some sort of candy lollipop
it smells
kind of.
It smells like
bullshit.
what they clean the floors with at QT.
Me and Sam did
I'm not lying.
It does.
And I'm not lying.
It smells like
Wow.
Windex.
It does.
God, there's so much in this one somehow.
It smells like
there more?
that pre-made.
Oh, shit.
You know when you get the like gallon jar of Kool-Aid that's blue and you can't see through it at all?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
smells like that.
Yes, it does.
It smells like the dye before it hits the soda water of like a blueberry.
Probably. Yeah.
Almost a carbonated mint Listerine.
And there's a soapiness.
There's a soapy quality, yeah, which is much better. Which is much better than Fermunda cheese for sure.
So let's taste it.
and a
Yeah.
touch of cardamom.
The red
just
is
a dash.
As a person who's on record for hating the Red Bull taste, this is the red and blue here. This is night and day. I actually like
Yeah.
this one.
I like this one. Yeah, this one tastes like candy.
And also this one is sugar-free.
Is the other one not?
Oh, you just made us drink
wow.
calories, Rivers.
Wait, why does the one with
Yeah,
sugar taste like shit?
But that dude, because when you start drinking non-sugar drinks all the time, the sugary drinks do taste bad.
Wow.
Coke,
Yeah.
regular Coke doesn't taste as sweet to me as Diet Coke or Coke Zero does.
Yeah. This guy I work with was like, "Do you want to split a Coke with me?" I was like, "Oh no."
What adult splits a Coke?
Yeah.
With someone they're not fucking.
Maybe that's what he's trying to
do.
That dude was trying to fuck you.
Missed out on a golden opportunity.
Yeah. Where they're just
split a Coke and share a kiss.
Yeah, I was gonna say one glass, two straws.
I will tell you, it does kind of taste like kissing a girl named Crystal with a K.
At the QT.
Yeah.
Nice.
And she was like, you know, you can drink Aqua Velva and get drunk, right? And then she sticks her tongue in your mouth.
Life hack. That's a life hack.
She'll teach you how to huff.
There's no party like a scope party.
This is Crystal's Life Hacks 101.
Oh yeah, you get the Morning Glory flower seeds from the Home Depot and smoke those.
It's like one of those TikToks that goes viral because it's so profoundly sad.
Yeah.
QT, QuikTrip, based out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. CEO
Should
found
we
out.
rate it first?
Oh yeah. What do we think? I'm giving the blue.
4.
Yeah,
4
that's-
on the blue, 3 on the red for me.
Really, I was going
Yeah.
like
I'd say 2.5 on the red, maybe even 2 because that
Yeah.
schmegma smell.
yeah, it's a 1 for me. Everybody knows how I feel about that flavor, and then the blue.
It's well documented how
Yeah.
you feel about dick cheese. You're not a fan of it.
3.5. Yeah, 3.5 on the blue.
Yeah,
yeah.
four is right on the money though.
To me, Red Bull is a 2.5, and this is slightly better, so I'm going 3.
Hell
Okay.
yeah. So the guy who owns the company, his name is Chet Cadieux.
What? What?
is his dad Adam Sandler?
No, his dad is literally also Chet Cadieux.
So his grandfather's Adam Sandler.
No, his grandfather is Chet Cadieux. He is Chet Cadieux the third.
His son is
So there's 3 Chet Cadieux.
Sounds like he's marking off a list. Check Cadieux.
Sir, I come from a long line of Adam Sandler ad-libs.
His name sounds like you're trying to start a boat and it doesn't. Chet Cadieux.
I had a Chet Cadieux in my sea-doo. Yeah, that would do. Yeah, that's Cadieux spelled Cadieux. So he's some sort of French Cajun person. But they didn't have a whole lot about him. But in the Reddit, apparently this guy goes around to all the QT stores and does what they all kind of refer to him as almost like some sort of strange cult leader. Like there's nothing except for just anecdotal shit that I found on the QuikTrip Reddit, which I spent entirely too much time reading. But they were like, oh, it's another Chet drive-by today. We got to get the store clean. And apparently, like, sometimes he comes in the store, and if there's according to Reddit, allegedly, if there is a large-breasted woman behind the counter,
Watch out.
he'll come in the store, and if there's not, if it's a dude, he keeps driving. So you never know if a Chet visit is going to actually involve him coming in for an inspection, but if
Well, you do if you got some titties behind the counter.
Right. Yeah.
There's a chest of you. It's Chet Cadieux.
We gotta get your name to Daniel Songer for these fire jokes you're laying down.
That one's on the house, man. All this is on the house, actually.
How do you
That's
feel
just-
about
it's proof
the
that-
Israel
proof that
situation?
being-
Check-a-doo, it's not a Jew.
just one more thing that having large breasts in American society will fuck you over.
Well,
Working for Chet, it's just going to make your life way harder.
So-
On both sides of the aisle.
If you have big breasts, you might have to deal with Chet-a-doo.
yeah.
well, so on the Reddit, I
You're a
did
big-breasted man, then Chet Cadieux's going to come motorboat you.
Oh yeah.
Reza, you were just riffing just then, but I did see on the Reddit website there was a post that said Chet on Israel, and I was like, oh no.
Wow.
And I clicked it, and I was like, geez, why does the guy from QuikTrip in Tulsa have a fucking opinion on this? And then I clicked it, and it was actually worse than I thought, because it was about a man named Israel who died of COVID who worked at QuikTrip, and it was Chet being like, well, he didn't get it at QuikTrip, so everybody still has to work.
Wow.
I was like, this is almost worse than
So Chet hates Israel.
yeah, but just a guy named Israel. Yeah, he hates Big Iz, dude.
Wow. Big is.
Also, the other thing, there was whatever the original post was deleted. So this is purely conjecture that I pieced together by, reading a lot of posts about this. But there was an incident at some point where Chet Cadieux said that he said that, like, the way, I think, allegedly, the way that the employees were putting the icing on the cinnamon rolls at QuikTrip, he was just like, you're just putting icing everywhere. It looks like a prom dress the morning after.
It looked like Czechoslovakia.
Yes, it looked like Czechoslovakia.
A prom dress on the morning after?
Yeah.
Monica Lewinsky situation.
Straight up, yeah, that's what he's saying. As it looked like you're just jizzing it on there, fellas. You gotta really spiral.
Gotta get a concentrated stream.
Yeah, you
on
gotta
there.
get the icing. You're just sort of flicking it.
This reminds me of an underage
Yes!
bang.
Wow.
Yeah. So again, I had to piece this together because whatever the original post was deleted, but then there's all these references in any post that mentions Chet. Somebody will be like, cinnamon roll prom dress. And I had to go backwards and be like, what the fuck does that mean? And then I sort of pieced it together because the original post is not there anymore. But
Wow. So if you go into a QuikTrip right now and you look at their cinnamon rolls, you tell the people that work there, this looks like a prom dress after date night.
Yeah.
They'll know what you're talking about. I want somebody that listens to this to try it at the next QuikTrip they go to.
Hey, we got
Like, report back.
We have a lot of service workers that listen to the show. If you're a QuikTrip person,
Please
tweet
go
at
to
us.
QuikTrip, record that conversation, and report back to Rivers.
Go sexually harass whatever employee is there.
Let me ask you something.
Do you think this looks like cum? Just point at it. Do you think this looks like cum?
Does this look like a pastry to you? Or does this
before
look
you-
like a butt that's been hosed down with splooge? You tell me.
Before you leave, you just have to go, Check-a-doo! That's going to be your Baba Booey.
There was also a post, again, allegedly unconfirmed, but apparently Chet came in and there was some woman working in the back, and he
Jeff sniffed her out.
yeah, he comes to the back, and he's just like, and she was like, I guess putting together the nachos
I don't know
or
if you've
something.
heard I'm a monster.
Yeah. She's like putting together the nachos or something, and he's just like, nice.
This
looking-
one goes here.
He literally
This
goes
one
like,
here.
he's like, nice tacos you got there.
Oh, dear.
I don't mean your taco. I mean those. Like
What?
Some weird shit like that, where it's just like, guy.
Chet Cadieux has a basement no one knows about.
Again,
When I say
allegedly-
tacos, I mean with the sauce and the cheese and
It's so-
titties.
He has like the confidence to be like, everyone wants to fuck the owner of QuikTrip, right?
Yeah. I'm kind of top dog around here.
Yeah,
Want to see my tube?
the QuikTrip Reddit is so interesting because it's like half people that work there just on the base level, and then it's all these like investors that go to the investor meetings, and they're just like, man, Chet's got a dirty mouth.
Wow.
like apparently he does these like General Patton-esque speeches every year at the investor conference.
Wow.
And somebody was just like, Chet's cuss count is up to 10 right now. He's already said 10 fucks.
Chet Cadieux sounds like a fascinating man that I want to hang out with.
That's the weirdest thing is like all I could find about Chet is just from this Reddit. There's no news. Like all I found was just him like being like a philanthropist in Tulsa and like giving.
That's like scary in this day and age. If there's not one shred of anything about you on Google of all places, like, that's scary.
I'm like,
you paid money for that.
Yeah.
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So
There's comics who you can't find their age.
Like how many
local
employees?
LA comics who you literally can't find their age.
How
And
many-
That's specific. There's a specific.
I
reason
can't
for
stop
that.
compulsively saying it on stage.
I think it's only a problem when you're like 40 trying to pretend you're in your 20s. That's
Yeah.
when you have to get on Google and be like, okay, let's erase everything
Yeah.
that mentions my birthday.
Sure.
Like how many employees has he walked up to scrub himself from the internet and said, "You want that apron to look like my cinnamon rolls?"
yeah.
Chet
So
mentioned slut rolls about 3 or 4 times in one sentence.
prom dress cinnamon rolls.
I said we're trending good in the third quarter, but we need more big-breasted women behind the counter.
When asked, what does he mean by these slut rolls? He went, shut up!
Stay up. I need my Diggle Bickle Wheaties.
It's gotta be terrible to be the owner of QuikTrip and this horny all the time. And then no one
Cadieux made me
respects
choke.
you because it's like you have a lot of money, but the thing that you got it from is QuikTrip, so no one's like, "Oh, you're a badass."
The fact that he's Chet Cadieux the third is so
Who's going to fuck someone for their money and then be like, wait, how did you earn it?
I mean, that is the thing because there's a certain vibe of how you earned what kind of rich guy you are.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
You might get a girl who likes you for the money, but also respects the thing you do.
When you're
to
in
some
rich guy,
extent.
there's rich guy tiers.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, I own Apple, or like, oh, that guy owns QuikTrip.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's a prestige thing too,
Yeah.
and there's like a skill level that a rich guy can have compared to a guy who like slangs energy drinks and cigarettes in the middle of nowhere.
We should have a segment on the show called "What Girls Like."
Yeah, I mean, I fucking know, dude. We can start today.
All right.
What
Hey,
girls
listen,
like? Blue
women
drink
love a
from
man that can turn any food into the shape of a tube, okay? If it can be inserted and then deliciously enjoyed, that's a double win from Chet Cadieux.
there was actually a lot of videos of people taking hot dogs off the rollers at the end of the night and banging them on the counter because they're just rock fucking hard.
Oh, that's
Just-
horrible.
Yeah.
At one point, does Chet Cadieux take the cinnamon frosting and go do one dollop on each nipple and then a smiley face, and then say smiley as he leaves?
That's private Chet.
He just shows up to the
His
investors
private
meeting.
jet.
Onlychet.com.
No, he shows up to the investors meeting lathered in that cinnamon sauce with the hot dogs on him like a sushi lady. Makes them all eat it off. Every time you take a piece, you have to say "Kadoo."
I assume multiple sex workers are paying their rent off this man alone.
Sure.
Allegedly, who knows? Who can say? QT, QuikTrip, for those that don't know, is a firmly Midwest brand. Started in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I think the westernmost one is in Phoenix, where I found these two drinks. But
The lib one.
yeah. No, I was looking at the Reddit and just reading stories about Chet Cadieux, obviously, but also noting the difference between, because we have done a segment before where we covered 7-Eleven stories compared to something like this, which is just the middle of the country, right? So I was going to run through a couple of these and just compare what we think versus some of the 7-Eleven stuff we found. So this is Responsible Cap is the name of this person on Reddit. And these are all under the prompt of funniest story or craziest story from a QuikTrip. So he says, a couple months back, I heard a group of regulars talking about what they were going to do that night. And one of them goes, "There's nothing to do in this small town." And then another balls his fist up with one hand and hits it the other while saying, "Let's go make some noise." Which is,
And those guys formed the band Poison.
they were Quiet Riot.
I was going to say they drunkenly fucked in a barn and never talked about it again.
Let's go make a little noise.
I would hope that a lot of these are just stories about the guys who hang out in the parking lot.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a lot of them. Like this one, Reality Day Trip. God, I'm gonna write a book someday about Gucci Prison King Josiah. He is a special needs crackhead that has multiple stories: fist fights, vandalism, stabbing, nudity, arson. He probably has been arrested from QT alone at least 15 times.
Wow.
And they keep letting him back.
Yeah. But
They're like, you're not banned yet.
hey, yeah, I'm not saying my friend Gucci Prison King Josiah.
That's a great name. I'm surprised there's not a rapper named that already.
I mean,
there should be.
I bet
that feels like Jelly Roll's original name. He's like, you know what?
Prison King
Jelly Roll.
Josiah.
It's like, why don't we just go with Jelly Roll? That's more memorable.
Rolls off the tongue a little easier.
Right? A little tastier.
This person extension says, I worked in the kitchen a lot and the ATM was in view from it. One time I watched somebody pull out money and look me dead in the eye and eat their ATM receipt.
Like, what were they going to do with that?
I don't know. That was just for that person, though.
They don't want people to see their account balance of $138.
That was a fetish thing.
Yeah. I kind of think his before he went in, his friend was like in the car. He's like, "You want to see something funny?
I'm about to do something
Watch
crazy.
this. Watch this."
Tesla truck 69.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Guy comes up with his 4-year-old, proceeds to tell me how it's crazy that he fucked somebody and now he has to pay for 18 years.
Having a good day as a father.
In his Tesla truck.
Yeah.
And then he described in great detail exactly how he made love to the 4-year-old's mom. After I'm done checking him out, he says, "This year, you know what you got to do?" I shrug. "Get pussy!" And he yelled that shit.
Wow. Wow.
Don't be like me, young blood.
This was probably during their Christmas shopping trip.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "Son, you get to pick out one thing, and I'm going to go yell at the cashier."
I mean, it's the one weekend a month he has his kids, so he's got to get everything in.
Denise says, I denied some kids trying to buy Swishers. They then went outside and asked a bum to buy them for them, gave him $20, and the guy walked up to the counter and he said, "Kids are fucking stupid," and then ran out the opposite side with the money.
Good on you. Good on you.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, this one's great, Sam. And related event coming up soon. Mary Lane, working an overnight at a store when I hear the door buzzer go off. So I stick my head out the other side to say hello, but I didn't see anybody. Buzzer goes off again. Still don't see anybody. Finally, I hear something and decide to actually walk through the store. There were about 20 little people in my store with shirts that say "Twice the violence, half the size," and the back said "Extreme Midget Wrestling."
Yes.
They then proceeded to have a wrestling match in the store before buying their stuff and leaving. Fuck yeah.
Oh, that's
Wow.
incredible.
Hell yeah. And I think Dwarf Narrator is coming back to Duarte in January. Yeah, so we got to go back.
They love Duarte.
Yeah.
They love Duarte. My dad has a friend that ran into Andre the Giant in a gas station in the middle of nowhere one night.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. And that's the whole story. That's the entire story right there.
There's
he met
a-
him and he was like, "This guy is really big," and that's the story.
He asked him, said, "I'd let you with premium."
Yeah.
Walked out of the store. It was amazing.
There's a Western wear store in Chicago called Alcala's that has a cowboy boot that Andre the Giant ordered from them and never picked up. And it's fucking enormous. So you walk in and you just see this, like, the biggest boot you've ever seen. But apparently Andre just ordered it and then forgot about it. So
He's probably all drunk.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
this one's super fucked up. So much so that the person deleted their name, but the memory remains.
But the Reddit post remains.
Overnight shift, 3 a.m., hot summer night. Guy comes in carrying a shotgun covered in blood.
Oh, set the scene. Okay.
Splashes and sprayed all over his face. shirt, arms, pants, hair, even in his eyes.
Did he have a chainsaw hand?
Didn't acknowledge the obvious "am I being robbed" look that I gave him. He just politely asked for a wood tip, black and mild. He dug out a handful of bloody change to pay for it.
Wow.
I asked him if everything was okay, and he just shrugged and said it was a rough night and walked out.
Holy shit.
Maybe it was a deer.
I had to clean. I had to clean blood smears off the counter and doors and the bloody footprints off the floor. Still wonder about that one. I checked the news the next day and even talked to a couple of cops who came in to see if anything had gone down, but no known shotgun murders around that time.
Wow.
Because he's thorough.
That was Blade.
Yeah.
He killed the vampires. That's why he didn't find any bodies.
Yeah. I was gonna say
It's a rough night.
yeah. Having a rough day. There's a killer on the road. And
That whole scene was like the end credits to Dusk Till Dawn 4.
You ever laugh because you can't hear a man's last words because the shotgun's in his mouth? It's funny. Anyway,
here's the change.
got lotto tickets. Yeah, like a bunch of fingers fall out of his pocket. Sorry, it's a deer. It's a deer.
Yeah, it was a deer. Sorry. This one is Gilmark 7. One night I had 2 party buses pull up at the store that had a front door and a back door, both unloaded at the same time, one on each side of the building. People pour in, words are exchanged from each of the groups. Next thing I know, 4 to 6 dudes are beating on another guy from the other bus. The guy tried to run behind the counter to get away from them, but they destroyed this dude. Next thing I know, they're taking his shoes. Yes, just his shoes. And then everyone takes off back to the bus. A couple of this guy's buddies just carry him out.
What?
Yeah.
Rough housing.
So like 2 party
Horseplay.
buses,
absolutely.
huge fight, and then they just go on their way.
The feeling those guys knew each other before
Yeah.
they arrived at that quick trip.
Oh
that
yeah.
evening.
Oh, people put them on 2 separate buses, and,
Yeah.
and then shit got real. But anyway, that's what's new in the land of Checkadoo. Jesus.
I feel like he tells you a riddle and then crawls back under his bridge.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't have a nice rack.
Oh, he won't even come out then.
This guy have no reason to be here.
Yeah. There were also a lot of stories of a guy overdosed in the bathroom, got revived, and then came back the next day like nothing happened.
Wow.
It's like, hey man,
and
you
overdosed again
died
in the
here
bathroom.
last night.
Kind of a
Like,
Clerks
again?
esque.
Oh, Brandine's going to be pissed.
Yeah. So, yeah, kind
Sure,
of
Narcan me and fucked up my high. I was fine.
a lot of the 7-Eleven stuff is almost whimsical, and then the QT stuff is just like, this is about as real as it gets.
Yeah.
The only funny one I saw was the guy who's like, let's
People
make
just
some
walk,
noise.
take one step into the door and blow their brains out.